Hello YouTubers, we're back. Right, we got a parcel arrived. Parts for a Space Blue. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick update on what's happening in this video. There's been a few videos this week, so hopefully you won't get too confused about what's going on. These two frames, I picked them up, as you know, last week. Both need extensive welding and rebuilding. I'm popping to, on Tuesday next week, I'm popping to Wyndham. A chap in Wyndham. Those of you who don't know how Wyndham is pronounced, you might call it Wymondham, but it's Wyndham. He's a welder. He's gonna look at these two frames. This one, he can get tubing for it, and he can rebuild that section with new tubing and weld it together. The ultraviolet, I can't reach, but it's there, you can see it. It snaps at the bottom near the bit where the crank goes. The top bit has decided to go off in one, and the rear bracket where the brake thing sits, caliper, go back together again. So that's Tuesday. He's looking at that. I'm going to try and film what his thoughts are, his reaction. Yeah, try and do some outhouse filming. Yeah. Right. What's happening today? Parcel. So I couldn't work it out. Right. Now I've had choppers for about 2 years now, no more than 2 years. And I couldn't work out why these forks weren't sitting straight or sitting right. It turns out you need a little nut on the top of the fork to sit into the frame where you put bearings, and then they turn and it all turns nice and freely. It wasn't going right, so we're putting new bearings in them. I've got a fork nut in here, and we're going to give the forks another repaint for my sins. Why did I bother for? I think it looks alright, but I started to do it there, so I'm going to give it a repaint. If it looks too dark, we're going back to that colour there. Right, let's crack on a bit. So undo the top bolt with a 32 spanner, drop the handlebars off, undo the fork bolt, forks come out, then you put that little bolt that I was on about into the frame. Take the brake off, obviously, and the mud guard, strip it down, and then you're good to go. Right guys, as you would have seen, got the forks out, drop the forks, handlebars come out. Now this is a really clean original chrome locking nut thing that I found in the garage. And this one here is the original one. Well, not the original, because it never came with an original, but this is the one I was using, which is pretty rotten. So we're using a brand new one, nice and clean, to look nice on the frame. The rest of the bike will look awful, but at least I've got a nice clean chromed locking nut. You know what I mean? Right, let's have a look at this paint. Now that's the forks I painted. Now you would think, by looking at it, it's not a massive difference in colour. These have got dirty over the last few weeks. You know, grubby hands, a cloth, oil. They got scratched and dirt. So they look vaguely there. But this is my theory. So we got Halford's Electric Monza Blue. If this is too dark, or nowhere near Space Blue, which I don't think it is, to be fair, then I might just go back to that. But it's not a bad match. And when you look at it like that, you can tell it's not the same colour. But do I want to go darker than this blue here? we'll paint it up and then we can see what it looks like. Right, let's cut in. Right, get his forks painted. Yet again, no prep. I can't be asked with primer. Really not bothered. You painting guys are gonna curse me for doing it like this, but I'm not bothered. Right, let's get this painted. Let's do it. I think my painting skills are improving. Just a shame it's not the right colour. But we'll do the other side and we'll cut back in again. If you look up useless in the dictionary, you'll find Dealer Mike. And that's the other side done. I'm only using one coat because I can't be arsed with two. I'll take commission work on my painting skills, all right? It doesn't even look like space blue. Hilarious. We'll let them dry and then we'll put them in the frame and then we'll see how it looks. I'm going to try and smudge them a bit to make them look aged and maybe, you know, roll them in the mud and dog shit, okay? Right, let's have a look. So they've been drying for about a minute, if that. I've got an old cloth. I'm just going to smudge them a little bit and, you know, try and get some patina to them, yeah? Look all right, don't they? I'm well pleased with that. Lovely. Good job. Good job. Look, much better than before. Much better. I'm chuffed for it, I am. Well pleased. Well pleased. I'm using this box for packaging. And I sold something on eBay. If you receive this box in your post with painting it, I apologise. All right? Right, let's get them in the frame. Right, you tell me how good that looks. Yeah? I think it's too dark, isn't it? I'm sure it's too dark. Yeah, it's definitely too dark. I prefer the other colour. I might get the other paint out. Hang on. Okay, so I went to the garage to get the other paint out. Yeah? Now, bear in mind, I bought Ford Electrical Monza Blue today. In a garage, I found a tin of Electrical Monza Blue. I thought that looked familiar. That's a space blue. That's what I used for the chopper, isn't it? The Mark 1 chopper, chain guard. Yeah? Never mind. It's too dark. I'm going back to the other one. To the other colour. But I've got a mixture now of the Monza Blue. Oh, that's much better. Look at that. So you've got a mixture of the dark. And the red. Paul Martin, if you're watching this, I'm guessing you are. If you want me to paint your next bike, yeah, just let me know. Beautiful. Stunning. Right, do the other side. I'll smudge it up and then I'll show you the end result. Right, that's the end result. I think it looks all right. Right, I'm going to let it dry and then we'll put it in the frame and we'll see what's what. Yeah. That looks all right, doesn't it? Chuffed for that. Right, people are going to look at those forks and say, Mike, that's rubbish, yeah? But I think what you got to realise, and I said it from day one, I do not want every chopper I rebuild to look like it just left Nottingham in 1982, yeah? Or 1979. I wanted to show its age. I'm always on the hunt for original paint. Space Blue Mark II front forks. I missed out on one last week because can't remember why, I just missed out on it. But yeah, right. Well, in this parcel now is that locking nut thing. Also in here is a set of brake calipers, levers, a seat clamp, lamp bracket, but that all important nut I want. The other bits, well, locking nut, you know, the lamp bracket thing, I can keep, and the seat nut bolt I can keep for those two frames down there that are going to get welded up. And this gentleman sent me some cat food. Did I order cat food? I'll put your username on the video. Excellent feedback as always to my customers, to my people who buy my rubbish, people I buy stuff off. Yeah, so we'll get this box opened up and crack on with the. That's nice. Bit of bubble wrap. Hope we'll keep them well and enjoying some nice regular content. Hopefully in here is the nut I want. Where's it gone? Is that it? Where's it gone? There it is. I got it. I got it. Right, that nut there, I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, that goes on here. I'm hoping. If it does, we're in business. Now, out, then you fall off there, or you gonna, or me and you gonna have a conversation tonight, yeah? Yes, it does. That's the nut I wanted. This little nut here goes and does that. So you put bearings in there, put ball bearings in, oil them up, grease them up. That goes in there. Then bearings in the top bit. The locking nut thing, the lamp bracket, and then the top nut, bars, and then you got perfectly sitting correct forks minus correct paint, and then we're getting somewhere now. Then I can get a wheel for it, then I can get a back wheel, yeah, and we can crack on with it. Right, time lapse of bearings. Yeah, all it is ball bearings in there, so bearings in there, lube them up, get them in, bearings in the top bit, and just, it'll sit on time lapse. Right, let's get on with it. I'm looking forward to this bit, I'm looking forward to it. So first things first, put my glasses on because I can get a closer look at what I'm doing. I've not got my contact lenses in tonight. Right, I use 13 to 14 bearings in the bottom bit. I only found 11. So 11 bearings go in the bottom, 11 in the top, then the lamp bracket, locking top nut, and then the bars go in. Lovely. They're in. I think the forks look worse when the sun's out. Right, that's good. So bearings are in. In this other box came with the same seller, some nice new brake calipers, disguised as cat food, beef in jelly. Talking of beef, I fancy Indian tonight. I fancy nice vindaloo. Paul Martin likes vindaloo apparently, yeah? Right, moving on. Brake calipers. Nice new calipers in lovely condition, used condition, nice age to them. So front one and then back one. We'll get those on tonight. Yeah. Right condition to go with the de-stressed paintwork on the space blue forks. So yeah, get those on, mud guard on, and then that front bit we've built up. So I've got the brake levers on, and then we're good to go. Right, you don't need to see how I fit that. Through there, as you know, mudguard, 2 little tabs, one in there, one sticking out that end, and it all goes together. So they're all in nice and straight, like that, looking good. I've just realised I've forgotten to put in the handle bar bolt, so I've got to take it all out again. I'll do it off camera, I shan't bore you again. Yeah, front bit looking nice. In tomorrow night's episode, we've got issues with a sissy bar. The frame has had a weld, it's had bad damage at the front. It looks like some kid back in the day probably done a Kirby and took his mate on the back and it snapped the back frame. It's had a weld, subsequently there's damage within the tube. I bought some filers, metal filers today. I've got a file down the back tube and then, which will then put the sissy bar in. That'll be tomorrow night's episode. Until then, hit that subscribe and like and comment on this, and yeah, looking good. I'll see you later on the next one. Thank you.